and beautiful morning to you on this Friday morning. I thought I'd start straight on the mat because I would like to make this from beginning to the end for you so you can have all the steps. We have done this before, but unfortunately the internet cut out. So today I have been praying to the internet gods that we won't cut out and we can do all the way from the beginning to the end. I really do love this bracelet, and I was like, spring and summer is coming. We're gonna be wearing like short sleeves t-shirt and less jumpers, and I think sometimes having a nice big crystal bracelet just really it's just really nice. Not just for a day out, but sort of you could wear it on like any given day really. I love how these big crystal coins sit. Now they only got one hole in them, so they will kind of like spin around, but once you're wearing them, they will be flush to your skin, so they're not going to be able to spin around anymore. This is one of those bracelets as you sort of start and run up and down, and adding more and more to it. And each one of the points in the sort of the instructions, you could stop and have less decoration on the top. Now each kit is making you 3 bracelets, so I'm just going to pop you over to the website very quickly to show you. There we go. Right, so by now you know the drill. You're going to go into jewelry making and you're going to go into video tutorials and end up actually let's do it. There we go, video tutorials, and then you can scroll down and there is loads and loads of kits, loads of instructions for you to be whatever you would like to make. I'm gonna click into the crystal coin bracelets, which we're doing today. There are many different colors there. Simon has done a 10% off on it this week, so please do take advantage of it. And one kit makes 3 bracelets. So the way how we added them together, the seed beads and the pearls will be the same, but you get 3 different colors of crystals in there. So you can either do like use different crystals in the bracelets, so you could have like a multicolor crystal bracelets, and they all quite nicely go together, or you can make 3 different color crystal bracelets with the same pearls and seed beads using size 8 seed beads. What is little window doing here? Let's get rid of that. Using size 8 seed beads, so it's very quick to make it. Right, I'm gonna come back down. There we go. Good morning, Rachel. She said it's bright and sunny in Barrow. Heather, good morning from sunny Liverpool. It's a little bit overcast here, but quite bright. Joanne, good morning. Anastasia, good morning. She's USA, Atlanta, 5:09 a.m. Wow, that is so early. Good morning to you. Celia, good morning. Oh, she's on holiday from work. Ooh, what are you doing on your holiday? Do let us know. Are you staying at home? I love a staycation when you sort of have some time off and you just like to spend it at home, but equally I like to go away as well sometimes. Good morning, Elaine, from a sunny Accrington. I hope I said that right. Okay, let's get started because I really want to make these bracelets from the end to the beginning. So I'm just going to quickly show them to you. That is the bronze. Next one is the gold. Next one is the green. I love this olivey greeny color. Lately I have been wearing more olive greens. Next one is the grey. Next one is the midnight blue. Next one is the pale blue. This is again like sort of got a hint of blue, but it goes with everything sort of color. Next one is the purple. And last but not least is the teal. There we go. So I'm gonna grab one of the colors out. Which color shall I like? Do let me know. Let me know in the chat which color do you want me to demo with. So we have got the, just quickly going back, we used to do these little races and I used to love it. So we got bronze, we have got gold, we have got, where's the green, we have got grey, we have got midnight blue, we have got purple, oh I missed out, the pale blue, midnight blue, pale blue, purple, And last but not least is the teal. Which color? Green. Teal and green. Rachel and Heather is saying. Good morning, Rachel. Joanne. So teal and green. We're saying green. We're really liking the green this morning. But don't forget, like, one kit will make you 3 bracelets, but you can always combine one kit with another kit. So you could combine the green with the purple. I think those purple crystals would look really nice in the green as well. Or even the gold ones will look really nice, but I guess that would make it kind of festive, Christmassy, and we are looking for the summer, not Christmas yet. So let me just grab the green ones out, and then we can get started. So in the kit there is 3 different crystals. We used one of them. Have I got it here? Let's have a look. Yes, that's 1, 2 color, and where is the 3rd one? There it is. So in the green you have got, I'm just going to move these out of the way for a second. So you get your seed beads, you get your pearls, and you get 3 different colors of crystals. So you got a light green, you got a green iris, and you got a green AB finish. So you get all those 3 different crystals. Let me just get them out because they're really nice. So what we actually can do as well, if you want to do, to make a bracelet having all 3 different crystals in them. When you get them out, you can see the color better. So we could go with light, medium, dark, because I've got 6 on there. I could probably do it with 5 because you can always extend the ends of them there, and medium and then light. Or we could do that way, so we go in a sort of pattern all the way to the top. So we could do it mixed as well, or using any of the other colors, or using just these ones. These lighter colors, they will look really nice as well. So you got like options what you can do with the kit. Good morning, Edward, and Ashtez is saying teal. I'll grab the green out. A couple of people said the green. Jenny's saying it's overcast in Sudbury. Lisa said blue. Yeah, I got the green out. So let's go with the green. I'm just gonna grab some thread and needle. So we are using size 11, size 8 beads here. So I'm going to use a size 11 needle. I do like the color, and I'm just trying to look at the color. This one is a size 11 one. I do like this color finish needles, which they have got black for the 11. No, black for the 10, blue for the 11. I sort of had a brain freeze there at the moment, and red for the 12. There we go. And I'm gonna take a couple of arm span of thread, but I'm gonna leave my bobbin on just in case if I have to come back and add more thread or take more thread, and then I can take that from the bobbin end, so not having to join. Well, I'm just gonna grab the pearls out. I'm just gonna put everything out on my mat, although seed beads and the crystals. Now we're gonna start right by the clasp end. So as I said, we're gonna be running up and down with this. I'm just gonna grab a clasp. We're gonna be running up and down with this pattern, which I really love doing patterns like this. So I'm going to start right by the clasp, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a pearl. I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, 1, 2. I'm going to take these down. I'm going to go through the loop on the clasp, pick up another 2 seed beads, and then I'm going to come back through. I'm just going to take this down so you can see it. Let's put that out of the way. And I'm going to come back through the pearl. So I'm coming back towards my tail. So I'm trapping. Where is the hole on you? There we go. trapping the seed beads and clasp at the end. Now I always like to add a turning bead to my bracelets because that will allow our clasp to be able to turn around once it's finished in any way or form. Right, and then from here I'm gonna do a pattern all the way down. So I'm gonna start with 3 seed beads and the crystal. 3 seed beads and the crystal all the way down until I have got like 5 or 6 crystals. 6 crystals gonna give you about just over 7 inches, and if you need it shorter or longer, then you can adjust. If you need it longer, then I suggest you add a couple of pearls in front of your first seed beads. And if you need it shorter, then you're going to have to take away a crystal coin. Because the crystal coins are quite big, you kind of need to, like, you might need to take a crystal coin away, but add a couple of, or maybe add an extra pearl on the side. So it's all depending on sizing. Because we here, and the last one, and the seed beads. So I'm down on the other end now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the clasp on the other side. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pick up a pearl, I'm gonna pick up 2 seed beads, I'm gonna go through the loop on the clasp, pick up another 2 seed beads, and come back through the pearl. Now, if I wanted to, I could leave it just like this. So could have a very simple bracelet just with the seed beads in between the crystal coins. However, we are going to further enhance this. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to add another set of 3s. So I'm going to all I'm doing on this row is picking up 3 seed beads and going through the crystal. So I'm missing the seed beads and just going through the crystal. So I'm adding sort of another set of seed beads just there. Good morning, Mina. And the next one. And the next one. And so on all the way down. It does build quite quickly. And the next one. And I'm going to pick up 3 and take this all down. Now usually I say don't knot your tail and working end together because the knot can seep into a hole and block us being able to go through it anymore. However, here, because you're working larger beads, size 8 beads got quite a large hole, the pearls got quite a large hole, so it can take the knot. And what we're gonna do is just sort of I'm just gonna make sure that I pulled it tight so there is no slacking, there is no thread showing. I'm just gonna do a right over left, just a square knot, and then a left over right, and pull this up. So I got a nice little knot there. Now what I'm going to do next, again I could leave the bracelet just like this with the 2 sets of 3 beads in between. However, we're going to start adding more decoration to it. So I'm going to turn around by just as I'm right here on this side of the seed beads, I'm going to go through I'm going to jump to the other 3 in, let me just get that so it focuses on this one. I'm going to jump to the other 3 and I'm going to go through the first 2. Now from here I'm going to be adding seed beads to the side of the coin, so we're going to have to, and I'm going to have to count very quickly, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to add 13 seed beads in between all those coin beads. So as I'm coming out of the middle seed bead here, I'm going to jump to the middle seed bead on the other side. Then I'm going to pick up another 13. Now at this point, this one looks like a little bit sort of flopping all over the side, but once we add the pearls into the mix, it will all sort of keep it in place. 10, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going through the next middle one. There we go. I'm going to do all the way down. So just counting the seed beads. I usually count in 5s. That's how I guess I'm able to kind of talk and count at the same time, because 5 seed beads, and I'll show you just in a sec, when you put it on the needle you can still kind of see it, it's 5. If it's anything more, I guess my brain starts to work it out. But when I put on 5, so when I just look at it, I know that's 5. And then I pull that down on my needle, then I pick up the next 5. I know this is 5, and then I just know I just need to pick up 3. But sometimes it can be hard to kind of sort of talk and count at the same time. But that's a little trick I've always been doing, sort of counting in 5s. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do this all the way down. And then, good morning, Annie. She said I'm late. Don't worry, we just started not long ago. Let me know if you got any tricks. How do you count and talk at the same time? If you like sort of in a beading with your friends, perhaps. Sometimes, even like in a bead club when we're doing something, everybody could sometimes goes very quiet, and that means they are concentrating on the pattern. Did I not pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, I didn't pick the 3 up. 1, 2, 3. There we go. If you pick less than 13, you will see it because it will be quite tight on the crystal. Right, now I'm going to turn around again. So I'm going to go up in the very last one. I'm going to turn the bracelet around, come down in the first 2 of those other set of 3 beads and repeat this again. So I am picking up 13 again, all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got that nursery rhyme. When I'm counting to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it always goes into my head once I caught official live. Right, keep on going with the 13s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does build quite quickly. So if your bracelet get twisted like that, just untwist it as you go along, and then just go into the bead you need to go into. It is quite thread hungry, this one, because as we're going backwards and forwards, we are going to be using quite a bit of thread. And it's when you're picking up loads of beads, it kind of helps if you got a longer needle, because you can pick up more at a time as well. When we're coming backwards and forwards and going through beads, you can go through more beads at the same time if you got a longer needle. That's 10. 1, 2, 3. Any questions so far? If you've got any questions, please just pop into the chat so I can answer it for you. Five, and then another 3, and going through that one, and then I'm getting down right to the bottom now. that's 10. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go through this very last one. Now if you wanted to, you could turn around in the clasp itself, so you could go up and come back down on it, so you got a nice sort of stronger clasp as well. I'm just gonna turn around in the 3 beads again, and then we're gonna come down, we're gonna follow our thread path down, and we're gonna add a pearl in here. And once we add the pearl in here, that's kind of sort of gonna pull the and keep these loops we added on the side, because at the moment they're quite, those loops are quite loopy and they're sort of moving around. So I'm gonna go up in the very last one, I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna come down in the first 2 out of that 3, and then I'm gonna keep following my thread path. This is sort of, when you got a longer needle, it helps because you can go through more beads at the same time. So what I'm looking for here, we got 1 bead in the middle, we got 1 bead in the middle there, and then we're gonna be counting sort of upwards and towards it as well. So I want to stop 2 beads before, so the 3rd bead before that middle bead I want to come out of. So I want to come out of that one. So I'm coming out of this bead, I'm going to pick up a pearl. So I got 2 beads towards the middle, then I'm going to count another 2 beads and then go into the next loop. So effectively I have 5 beads underneath my pearl, and I'm going to go through the next section. Oh, Roxy just gave it the biggest sigh ever behind me, bless her. There we go. This one is twisted, so I'm going to twist it back around, and just adding the pearls all the way down. If it's twisted, just twist it back, just how kind of sort of holding on to it. So always stopping in the 3rd bead before the middle, coming out of that one, picking up the pearl, missing the 2, the middle 2 on the next loop, and then down to the end. If I add the loops on the side, like I probably would want to add the pearls in as well if I want to stop, just to sort of stabilize the loops a little bit more. And once again I'm going to go down to the last 3, turn around and come back on myself, and then adding the pearls on this side. Jonathan, this is a beautiful design. I need this bracelet in my jewelry collection. It's so easy to do, and you can add as much or as little to it. And sometimes, like usually, I always use like very small beads. I'm like in favor of 15s, 11s, you know, micro crystals, but sometimes it's so nice to use something bigger, not just because it grows quicker, but it's like very much of a statement piece, very much sort of featuring that bead. Once we add the pearls on it, we're gonna stop twisting 2. So I'm always missing 2 seed beads before the middle, and 2 seed beads afterwards. Just a sip of my water, my voice is going. Roxy's sighing again. What's up, Rox? She went to, probably not supposed to say, but I don't want to jinx it, but she went to see her boyfriend at the weekend, and we are hoping that she may be having puppies in June. So we will see. Fingers crossed, everybody, for her. So puppies in the summer. I'm gonna have to set up a puppy cam. Heather's saying it comes together quick. Yes, very much so. So once again, I can leave the bracelet just like this, or I can go up and turn around and add more to it, which I will do. So again, once again, I'm going into those threes, turning around, and I'm gonna come down. So the next step, or the next kind of sort of what I can add to it, is covering up the pearls, so adding seed beads to the outside of the pearl. So this time I'm going to travel down on this string of beads again, but I'm going to stop in the fourth one. So if I look at this, I got 3 seed beads before the middle, or 1 seed bead kind of sort of where I came at in between that and the pearl. And from here, I'm going to add 5 seed beads on the outside of the pearl. So that will pull the bracelet even more flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I'm going to miss 1 seed bead on the other side of the pearl, or if you're counting from the middle, you're missing 3. And then just go through these ones here to get into the next section. And adding another 5. Usually we sort of go up and down on a bracelet from one end to another, side by side. And this one, I just love doing stuff like when you're going up and down. My tail got caught. Sort of the length of the bracelet. Five, and I'm just going up on this. So because I got a longer needle, this is when it comes really, really handy, because you can go through more seed beads at the same time. And pulling it out. Don't forget, one kit will make you 3 bracelets. There is 3 different colors of crystals in each kit. I'm getting down to the end here. I'm going to turn around and add those 5 seed beads to the other side as well. So the more and more we add to it, the more flatter it's going to be. Keep it fairly tight tension, but you're going to be going through it so many times that even if you've got a little bit looser tension, it will tighten up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then going to the next section. Another 5 and going to the next section. Oh, there she goes. I just heard the postman putting something through the door. She's gonna go and examine it. What I need to teach her, and I don't know how to teach her, because you see in movies that they send the dogs and the dogs bring the papers in, like, you know, when the paper gets delivered or the mail, they just go and pick it up and bring it to you. And I need to teach her to do that, but I don't know how, how to tell her to pick it up and bring it to me. That would be really cool, Rox, if you could do that. If you go and investigate what came through the door and then bring it here. Right, so I'm just down to the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, once again, I could leave the bracelet just as it's, or I can add more onto it. So just pop it down on the mat. So what we can do is add more pearls to cover up the middle of these seed beads. So this time, because I'm going to be adding a pearl, I want to add a pearl to cover those threes, I'm going to have to go up and around in the clasp itself. So I'm coming back down of that pearl on the top. So I'm just going to go up, and if your thread sort of running out by this time, then do add another. And actually I only have maybe just over a feet left, so I'm going to take my needle off that one and take my I'm right there by my tail, so I'm taking more thread off the bobbin and I'm going to add a needle to that one. There we go, and I'm going to go up and around with this one and then come back down, so I'm coming down out of the pearl itself, and I work the other bit of thread off later. So when I come out of the pearl, and I'm going to add a pearl on the top of each one of these seed beads. So I'm just going to pick up a pearl and then go through the crystal, just the crystal itself. Just make sure it doesn't get caught. There we go, and then pick up another pearl and go through the next crystal and all the way down. That's what we are going to be doing. Rachel is saying you can teach them, but I expect you would need a dog trainer. My friend has an assistant dog as she is in a wheelchair, and he Simba does that. Oh bless! We'll have to look it up then. Those assistant dogs are so clever. So clever. You would need to start to teach her that when she was a puppy. Well, that ship sailed because she's going to be 3 in June. I need another pearl. So perhaps we will teach the puppy that, because we are planning to keep one of her pups. So I'm gonna go up and through, just adding the last pearl in the clasp again. And then what we're gonna do, so once again, you can leave it just like this with the pearls on the top, or you can add a further decoration on the top. So I'm just coming back down. So if you want to add more beads surrounding these middle pearls, kind of like adding a crown to them, as I'm coming back, let me just pull this up and out of the way. I'm going to turn this around. So if you want to add these little crowns on the top of the seed beads, which I think it looks quite cute, you're going to have to do that in each one of the pearls. So we're going to be going down. They kind of look like a little bit like flowers, don't they? So we're going to be going down and adding the beads going around the pearls. So what I want to do is I want to be able to come out of the pearl. So as I'm coming out of the, still with the clasp, I'm going to go through the pearl, because I need to be coming out of the pearl. I'm adding the flower petals or crown on. And then I'm going to pick up 6 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to come through that pearl again from the other side. So I'm just adding 1 loop. And I'm going to repeat this again, adding another 6 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And I'm going to come through the pearl again. But this time I'm going to pull the loop to the left, just like that. Now they still look like a little bit gappy in the middle, because let me just lift this up so you can see it better, because as you pulling it the two loops, they still kind of sort of a gap in between them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around the seed beads to sew them and pull them together, and then that will actually make them into, from an oval shape, more of a round shape. So I'm just going to go through all of these beads once or twice. Sizes have got quite a large holes, so even if you go through 3 times, it doesn't really matter. In fact, we're gonna have to go through like sort of 1.5 time, because you start out in one loop and then you go around the other loop, but we still need to sew together the top of the loops. And see, as I'm like pulling it tighter, it becomes more of a round. But let's finish it off, and then, so I'm gonna go through the other side. I'm gonna get to the middle. Just pull it nice and tight. Then I'm gonna go through the purl, and I'm gonna go into the purl. And I'm going to follow my thread path through the crystal and into the next purl, and I'm going to repeat this again. So I'm going to add 6 beads to one side, 6 beads to the other side, John's saying, I have told dogs it's never too late, but it takes longer the older they are. It also helps to know what their main focus is. Some it's food, others could be a toy or a game time. And oh yeah, absolutely. Roxy loves her food. So I think in her instance it's definitely going to be food. But she's quite good. She does eat everything. Like, I mean, pretty much everything. She loves strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, watermelon, sweet, carrots, apples. So you can bribe her with pretty much anything, which is good. She loves cream, squirty cream. Like all sorts of hams and anything really. I don't really give her like much bread or grains, but definitely have. She does love her fruit and veg. The interesting thing is, like kale, she won't eat it raw, but she will eat it cooked. And then she loves the broccoli stalk. Like if I cook broccoli and I cut all the little sort of the brunchy bits off of it, I will give her the stalk, and she will take it away and she will gnaw on it until it's gone. So I'm just going to keep on going down and adding these on. Is anybody got any question? Do let me know so I can answer it for you. So one kit will make you 3 bracelets, but if you get a couple of kits, you can play around with the seed bead colors as well. I think the green would look really nice with the purple as well, and then you could do maybe the outside 5 in purple and this middle flower bit in purple, and it will give extra depth to the bracelet as well. I love playing with colors. More colors the better. So I would do this all the way down on every single one of those pearls. But I think like don't have to sort of stay here with me watching me adding all of these on. I think you kind of sort of get it, and then once you added all these ones off, then I usually go back and meet my tail end with my working thread, knot them together, and then work the ends off. beautiful. I'm just gonna go to the next one. Then I pop this one and the other green next to each other because the crystals are different color. So you can see that they will become slightly different, or you could mix the crystals if you like. It's really up to you. All right, so I'm just gonna pop this down. There is 4 more flowers to do on this one, but this is the other crystal in the green, so you can see it's a slightly darker color, and it does come up slightly differently. So they've got so many nice colors, and I'm just going to show you them again, because I think this is a really lovely make, especially as summer coming. We got so many. I love like not wearing too much jewelry, but wearing sort of one which is a bit more standing out, one sort of a statement piece. So this is the bronze, and with the bronze and the midnight blue, the seed beads are frosted finish, so you can see the crystal even more. Although with the frosted finish, what I have to say, so if you're wearing this in the summer and you have got like suntan lotion or lotions on, they're gonna get a little bit of shine to them, but not too much. They will be still very, very dull, but I love when the frosted finish get that little bit of shine. So that's the bronze. Then we got the gold. Then we have the green, which we were playing today. Then we have I'm just going through the list on the website, so I'll make sure I say the right name. So then we have got the grey, and then we have the midnight blue, and then we have, and don't forget, like each one of them has got 3 different crystals. So I'm just gonna grab the midnight blue, has got which this is what I love. So that's 1 color crystal in the kit. Let me just show you. And the other 2, but if you can see it in the, as you scroll down in the description of the kit, the other one I put in here was this beautiful olive, because I think the blue and the olive goes really, really nicely together. So that's, I really love that color mix. And the other one in the midnight blue is blue. So you can have like 3 kind of very different bracelets there with that kit, but all of them has got 3 different colors of crystals, so you will be able to do them. So midnight blue, and then we got the pale blue, which is this one. Then the next one is the purple, and last but not least is the teal. Is it going to fit on the screen? Just going to have to squish everything up a little bit. There we go. So last but not least is the tail. So do check them out. It's a very quick and beautiful make. Even if I did the flower bit at the top, probably it could, like, if I didn't have to sort of talk it through, it would take me maybe half an hour to make the whole thing from beginning to finish. So it is a very quick make. And I do love things when you have to go back. Hi Carol, nice to see you here. Right, okay, that's it for me today. I'm going into the bead club this afternoon. We are doing sort of flowers with nib bits. That's what we're doing with the ladies in the bead club this afternoon. And I just got to show you because I had it right in front of me. It's very flowery at the moment. I'm doing a lot of flowery stuff. So watch the space. There we go. And everybody have a beautiful weekend. Hopefully the weather will be good. I need to do some gardening, so I'm hoping for good weather this weekend, and I'll see you next week. Everybody have a beautiful week, and I see you soon. Bye bye bye.